You do management consulting for well-established companies, and you've told me you've seen an evolution of leadership. Could you explain the difference between sustainability leadership and traditional leadership?
But what's happening is that if you look at traditional leadership, we set a target and we go for it. And oftentimes, once a plan's been laid, there's a right and a wrong way to get things done. And when you start to look at sustainability, many things are paradoxical. So I think if you're going to really be a sustainable leadership, you have to be able to look at the paradox and to hold the tension of opposites. And if you think about a forest, one of the ways to keep a healthy forest is to have burning in the forest. Well, that's paradoxical. And it's the same thing when you're working in management in a company. You might have a plan and you might look out into the future, but really you have to be able to shift and change as paradoxical data comes into play, rather than looking at this is right or this is wrong or this is the way we must do it, not do it that way. There's a lot more flexibility. And when you start to look at that kind of leadership, if you're in an organization that really values hierarchy, that becomes much more difficult. And people who see their management talent based on their positional power are going to have a much more difficult time with sustainability, because it's really much more about networking. In a lot of management philosophy, you see that humans are machines. World's the machine. We get things done in a very systematic way. When you start to think about things in a sustainable way, you start to look more at biomimicry and the way nature works, and start to design systems that way. So they're very different worldviews. I think rather than saying a different management style, it's really more of a shift in management mindset.